All right, getting started for YouTube. Welcome, folks. Oh, and thank you, Bad Beauty, for the 100-bit cheer for no crash gameplay. Hopefully, we won't get too many of those. I played for about an hour or two off screen and didn't have any issues. But anyway, thanks or welcome YouTube folks watching. One quick warning: we'll hop into the game very quickly here, but I do want to give one warning to folks watching on YouTube. My biggest concern with this gameplay or this playthrough is they use like basically major artist music through this game at certain points, and I'm afraid that it's going to hit the Twitch content ID, and if that happens, that means it mutes all audio for at least 30 minutes. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but we will have to see. I'll also probably have to adjust the audio when I go into like the clubs and stuff, because the club music tends to be very loud. But anyway, I'm very much looking forward to getting this going, so let's go ahead and get started. This is one of the best RPGs ever made. I know I keep saying that, but it really is. Shit, there was one other place that I wanted to post as well. Fuck. Let me do that really quick and pray for not a crash. Sorry. There we go. No crash. Woo! All right. So we are going to go to the character sheet. I know how this works. So I want to... The typical playthrough is Malkavian, but I don't want to do the typical because like that's what everybody does. So I wanted to try Tremere. I'll talk more about the clans and stuff later on when there's a little bit of downtime. But think of the Tremere is kind of the magic-ish kind of clan. There's not really one-to-one on there. Hey, and thank you, Bad Beauty, for the sub 3 months in a row. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate it. We can pick a male. Looking pretty cool. Actually, I wish I looked that cool. It had the eyebrow piercing. I actually like her too. I think she looks pretty cool. I like the glasses. She's got a cool look. I almost want to pick the female. I like her tattoos as well. But I'm going to go with the male this time. Now, the history is something with the plus patch. If you're going to play the game, I strongly suggest at least using the unofficial patch. Histories are a lot of optional things you can pick, or you can pick one of, and it gives you like benefits and negatives. I'm not going to go through them all. I am going to actually pick Eerie Presence. What this does is it costs less experience points to raise my mental attributes, but it costs more experience to raise my social attributes and my stealth ability. I kind of think of my character, despite how he looks, as kind of a nerdy character who's got that like creepy aura. Like, oh, he seems nice, but you also kind of wonder, you think he's probably ordered used panties on eBay? You know what I mean? So I want to kind of give him that characteristic. Oh, his name is not going to be Test Man. It'll be Vertigo. We'll do next. The wardrobe physics are in fact amazing. I'm glad you recognized that. So as far as a build, first of all, I do want 2 dots into Thaumaturgy. This is basically our vampire skills. We have Auspex, Dominate, and Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy? I'm probably mispronouncing that, which is kind of shameful now that I try to say it out loud. Again, I'll kind of go over these very quickly. Auspex gives you a buff. And it allows you to like see creatures within a certain range, like their aura. So even if they're blocked behind a wall, you can still see in them. Dominate's kind of like mind control, lets you stun enemies, lets them turn them over to your side. It also helps you with dialogue options as well. The Thaumaturgy stuff is more of the blood magic, like using your blood to hurt individuals or to suck blood from them, things like that. So attributes are kind of your basic like strength, dexterity, stamina, blah, blah, blah. And because we are Tremere, we start with 2 mental. And when you hover over them, you can see what effects or what feats they affect. So for example, feats affects range combat and inspection. Intelligence does research and intimidate, blah, blah, blah. So we want hacking up as fast as possible. So I want to get my wits up, and I also want to get my lock picking up as well. So I want to put my 1 point of physical into dexterity. And for social, we don't have any extra points, which is fine. We have 3 knowledge points, again, because we are a Tremere. And we want hacking up as quickly as possible. So we'll go ahead and put all 3 of those in computer. That gives us like a 6. That might be a little high to start with, especially since we have Auspex. Auspex increases what? I always forget. Or no, wait, I think blood buff does. Nope, I don't want level 3. Thank you. Oh, no, Auspex doesn't give you the buff. It's blood buff, I think, that everybody gets. Anyway, 6 is a touch high. I don't really know what else I would really want, though. I mean, that's really high hacking. At least to start with. We'll keep it. That's fine. As far as our talents, we're not going to do a lot of social stuff, so probably not intimidation or seduction. Let's go with dodge. That increases our defenses. Security helps our lock picking, so we're going to pick that. Because, again, we want to get those as high as possible quickly. So that looks good. 2 points in thaumaturgy, blood magic. Let's just call it, we're going to call it blood magic because I have a feeling I'm butchering that. All right, so here's the cutscene. This I'm hoping you guys should be able to see this because I think I did see this during my testing. All right, good. I'll be quiet for most of this. I'm pretty hyped for this, guys. I know, sorry it's a little slow going, but
I want to show you something.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
I love how your sire is the sex of the character you did not pick. I like that little touch. She had fiery blood pixels spicking out of her neck. That was what it was.
Your sire, tragic. My apologies. But you see, There is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society.
That hips.
Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There, you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Shaking them hips and the hips don't lie. Something along those lines. All right, so the guy coming up. You guys have to, let's see who can, you can cheat if you've played this game before or if you know, but see if you know or if you can recognize the voice of this next guy.
What a scene, man. Hoo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
No, Nolan North was still but a baby child when this came out.
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
I don't know why, but that motion he makes with his finger, like where he points to you when he says, I got this much time. For whatever reason, that really sticks out in my head. So yeah, I am going to go through the tutorial. I'll try to go through it relatively quickly. But there's a lot of like story and lore and kind of mechanics background that they talk about as far as the vampire universe that I think is important. So that I want you to see, but the actual tutorial stuff I'll try to go through pretty quick. So I'll say, okay, I could use the help.
All right. Why don't we step out back here?
I like it where I am. At least I'm out of that theater.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better.
We didn't move,
We
sir.
ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Drink of what?
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
But can I keep my old heroin, which is also heroin?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car. All right. You go down there casually. You creep up on him. You bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so natural you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Wouldn't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way.
Tally got it.
Go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
All right. All right. Blood pool. I'm going to save. I don't know if you can quick save in this. We're going to say new save game, obviously. Stream. Yes. So yeah, the blood pool on the right is how much blood you have. That's not your hit points, but that's how you use special abilities and whatnot. Yeah. I like this guy. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? How's it going? You doing all right? You lost? Growl! Vampire! So the thing at the top is how much blood he has left. If you drain all of it, he dies, and you do not want to kill them. But you can get it really close, like this. I like to play a little mini game where I like to see how low I can get them. And then once you drain them, they're kind of stunned. So we've done that. I'm gonna try this quick save. I don't think it worked. Let me try to set that real quick. Just real fast. If it even has that in this game. Quick save. Yeah, this was back in the day before they had figured out that quick save is supposed to be F5. I don't know actually even how that started. I don't know what was the first game to do F5. And like how that became the standard. Also, kind of a side thing. Yes, it is Bender. The guy who does Bender's voice is Jack. What's his name? His name is John DiMaggio, I think. Long story short, I actually got to meet him one time, and I asked him if he remembered doing his voice for Jack. I was like all excited, and he is like, I was trying to describe the character, and he's like, I don't remember. He's like, I do so many voices. And I was like, oh, that's cool, but then I was like really, really sad.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
I like it when he talks sensually to me. I've always wanted Bender to talk sexually to me. I don't know how I feel about it, but it does feel good.
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain. Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still, the chance of immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
So I'm going to live forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Got it.
Okay, now. The fuck is this?
I love his little...
Look, you get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up. Just see what the ruckus is.
Well, that sound is really loud. Somebody turn your TV down! At the bottom of your screen is the use icon. Oh, wait, I'm not going to read that. I actually got a bug the first time I played where that icon never came up. I know, it was a really interesting story. So yeah, I'm just skipping through all the tutorial messages. Again, I don't want to belabor the point. Put too fine a point on it. Say I'll only be in your bonnet. But I'm very glad to be playing this game now. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. That's my main concern. Tally probably won't. I don't know if this will be her type of game, but man, I love it. Sup, Jack?
Down here. Stay away from the windows.
He says as he stands in front of the window.
Sabat. They're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
So what's up?
The Sabat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
What is the prince a prince of?
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
Yeah, bad. I agree. The NPC is a little quiet. I think these noises are a little different. It won't let me adjust the volume separately. It's all one volume. So these parts, you just kind of have to read the text. Not much I could do. But yeah, I noticed that too. Like even for me, I can barely hear him over the gunfire.
Shh. Heads up. Back away.
Sabat scum. Hi guys. What's up? He's really bad at aiming. Holy shit, that's loud. Yeah, some of the sound balance is a bit off. Sorry about that. Y'all see that? That's pretty good, right? All right, later.
Dumb frenzied Sabbat bastards. All right, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. I don't even know if the original game had subtitles. To be fair, the fan patch has added a lot of stuff. Like, it's not just bug fixes. It's like they found content that wasn't even in the game, like that got omitted because they ran out of time and added it. It's pretty cool. We got a vamoose. All right, so lockpicking is very complicated minigame. You walk up to the door and you press E, and then it does it. Any questions? I always like how you put your hand there, and your hand, no matter what clan you have, is like nasty as hell. Maybe if you're one of the hippies like Ventru, it's probably not so bad. But everybody's hands are super nasty.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
I had my moments.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Wait, I've still got a list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento. And it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
Ah, I get it.
Keep our secret secret and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
Camarilla? So they're like the vampire good guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
All right, so what's next?
All right, now don't worry, because I know the area. You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. All right, so this is just indicating that, well, indicator, the icon at the top left above the blue bar. There's like 3 different types of areas. If it's gun, it's a combat. So where you're in combat area, you can't get busted for masquerade violations, things like that. You're not going to get in trouble with the law for shooting somebody or whatnot. And I'll explain masquerade violations a bit later, but he kind of hit on it. Anyway, so hacking is very similar to lockpicking. It's a little bit more complicated. So you walk out of the computer and then you press E, and you find like the safe. I want to enter the safe, and yes, you have to actually type it out. It's like I'm an actual hacker, and like a real hacker. Now I'm going to get to the hacking mini game. So press Control and C, and then it does the thing for me automatically, and then I just hit Enter, and now I'm done. I can unlock the safe now. Good. There we go. We're done with that. I also like how the computer password is right there. You know, if you couldn't hack it, I guess. Literally couldn't hack it. We'll take the key.
There we go. Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Tally mentioned Blood. Wasn't that a first-person shooter? I mean, it sounds familiar. Die, my darling. That's a real band, isn't it? It sounds familiar. Not really down with that. I wonder if you could have went outside, like if you'd have busted out and went around. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're just trying to get through the tutorial area here. Here we go. Boom! I will break you. You've been wounded by the Sabbats, scumbags. So, yeah, see, this I always forget. If your health bar begins to turn yellow, it means you've sustained aggravated damage. Certain hazards like fire and supernatural attacks cause aggravated damage. This takes much longer to heal than regular damage. And supposedly they actually shot you there, but you don't really see yourself getting shot at any point. Hey, Mr. Jack.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabbat vatos.
Vatos.
Winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
What's the difference? Blood's blood, right?
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
Well, I just turned vampire like 5 minutes ago, so no. Unless that guy just happened to be a PhD.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
By the way, so a lot of this stuff he's talking about does actually relate to game mechanics. And these not just fluff background, like the humanity and the masquerade and all that. Now, let's say I get overzealous. What happens then?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
Oh, the beast. What exactly does that mean?
The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
So I can't kill anyone? That seems a little restricting.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
I think I follow.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
I got it.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Damn homeless people without much blood in them. So, just another sound check. I want to make sure you guys can hear the dialogue of the NPCs, because obviously in RPG that's, you know, pretty damn important. I know it's quieter than the background noises, but typically there shouldn't be a lot of background noise going on. But I don't want it such that you have to turn the audio up to hear the NPCs talking, and then all of a sudden you get completely blasted the minute I get into combat. Hey, how you doing? Spare some blood. How you violently push them away. I don't think that's necessary.
Not quite as good, huh? You could do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
You're a gangrel. You should be liking eating those things. Worse than a bum's neck? That scarf tasted like old gym socks.
Well, give it a try.
I'll think about it. So, yes, you can feed on rats to get blood. You only get 1 blood point, and you do get a little bit of health. Unless you are Tremere. Tremere cannot feed on blood. Or feed on blood? Feed on rats. But again, we'll go into the clans and stuff later on. Crab nipple. What?
You rat sucker.
Is that the vampire version of Milk
I don't
Drinker?
care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing.
When you have me at a reasonable volume, I can barely hear him. Alright. Others feeling the same way? If so, I can turn the game volume back up. Or I can just turn myself up. No, wait, down. Yeah, anybody else, if you want to respond, let me know. Alright, I want to adjust it just slightly. Let's see. They can be polite and pass me the salt for my rat.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
Just one guy?
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. you're gonna have to sneak past.
Oh, crab nipple, and I didn't see it.
The building across from us with the garage door, there's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows, and don't let him see you.
I'll do my best. See you in a minute.
All right, go.
Alright, the stealth is kind of weird in this game here. I'm gonna save it. How you doing? Oh, no, it's up there. That's right. Let me turn the game sound up slightly. Hey, it didn't crash. Sweet. All right, so this was a little weird to do when I was testing. It's like he always knows where I'm at, so he'd always just happen to walk over there. I love how these Sabat guys are like weirdly deformed. What the hell? I think I can go over here now. There we go.
Keep it quiet. They're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry. He's probably greener than you.
Yeah, Tally, I think that might be what I have to do is switch the game sound back and then turn myself down a little bit. Because, yeah, I'm afraid the gun sounds are going to be crazy loud. What makes you think that?
The Sabat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
How can that be?
He's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery.
It sounds good. I've got a little frustration I need to work out.
He is a vampire, so be ready.
I was born... I'll keep that in mind. See, it doesn't matter. These are just like generic phrases going back and forth. It doesn't really matter what you say. Come on, you nerd. Vampire nerd. The combat in this game is pretty bad, by the way. Get wrecked. I just beat a vampire to death with my fist. It's supposed to give me the option to pick that up. There we go. You pick up the tire iron. Tire iron. Can switch between weapons with F1. Or melee weapons with F1.
That's that. Sounds like you got another pack moving in, though.
There is a buzzing, by the way.
All out. Better head underground. Avoid stray bullets.
Sounds like a good strategy.
All right, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, it's just the buzz from the lights, so... We'll eventually get the sound where it needs to be, folks. Combat's not the only solution for sticky situations. You can also use your feats and disciplines in dialogue. When you're able to do this, your response will show up in the different colors, and when using high-resolution different fonts, they are indicated below. So red font options are a dominate response, which is a vampire ability that we have. The blue is a persuasion response, which is based on charisma, I think. Number 3 is a seduction response, which is a pink. And 4 is a green, which indicates an intimidation response.
Stop! You!
Hammer time.
Just stay back. Keep your distance.
What are you going to do about it, nerd?
Now, who the hell are you? You involved in all this? Because I'm going to radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
We'll go with, let's see. No, but if the SWAT comes, they'll drive the gunman down here. You want that?
No. Well, I left my radio in a Caprice anyway.
Actually, I think the coloration might have been added with the patch, I think. I could be wrong on that, though. Look, I'm just trying to escape. Is there another way out?
Yeah, okay. Alright, this way. This will lead us up to the warehouse. We can maybe sneak out that way.
Better stay here. It's too dangerous for you. So, I gained a humanity for that. Nice. Last time I let him go ahead of me and he ended up getting killed. When you're in position to perform a stealth kill, we'll see the skull with the dagger. And we're totally going to do that. Theoretically. Okay, that was a bug. He was like, it would not give me that option for some reason. What? He turned around. I didn't have an option. Oh, I think it's because I swung. Look at that awesome crouch. You can do the duck walk. Oh, I think it's because I didn't have a weapon out, maybe. God, strangle with a crowbar. That would hurt. Again, why does that actually work on vampires?
Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
Great, just my luck. Okay, so this is where it tries to teach you your various disciples, disciplines, not disciples. Disciplines are blah blah blah. Or say blood buff. Blood buff is another ability common to all vampires. Scroll the mouse wheel to select blood buff and use the power key, which is right click. Blood buff gives you a temporary bonus to all your physical attributes. It's useful in a variety of situations, like picking a lock that would otherwise be too difficult. Note, in Elysium areas, you can only use blood buff when picking a lock only. Alright, so I actually might even be able to do this without this, but we'll do it anyway. So blood buff. You notice it took away some of our blood. And the reason that helps you with lockpicking is partially based on dexterity. And by increasing dexterity, then you increase your chances of lockpicking. And the way lockpicking works in this game is it's not RNG or anything like that. It's purely skill-based. So if a lock has a skill of 4, you have to have a lockpicking of 4 or higher, and you can do it. If it's lower, you just can't. There isn't like a percentage chance of it working or not. Tremere have 3 unique disciplines. Thaumaturgy, which Tally says I'm saying right, but she could be doing that just to trick me so that I say it wrong repeatedly. Vampiric blood magic. The Auspex is second sight that allows you to see the auras of others and dominate, the ability to bend people to your will. Auspex gives you the ability to see people's auras. The aura color indicates an individual's disposition. Auspex also increases your perception, important for both the range combat and inspection feats. Use of Auspex is not a masquerade violation. Basically, if you see something that mentions masquerade violation, that means you can use that in front of normal people, non-vampires, and you will not violate the masquerade. In other words, they won't realize you did something magical. Guard up ahead, use Auspex to see his aura. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you will use Auspex, even though last time I did this, it didn't work. Oh, okay, you just have to be really close. Okay. Huh. I should have snuck up on him. Whoa, hey. You can block, but I mostly just wail on them. Damn it, camera. That was a sweet duck under that kick there, though. Beat that ass with the crowbar, son. Yeah, the creepy ass long arms and whoa.
No need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way.
Thanks for the advice, Mr. Furnace.
Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
If I'm not there in 10 minutes, call the president. I mean, the first time we go into a club, it's going to be really loud. That's going to be the true test of the audio. Thaumaturgy is sorcery that can bend blood to powerful and terrible ends. Thaumaturgy is targeted discipline. The effect and its length varies with each level. Use of Thaumaturgy is a masquerade violation. So, if people see me using it, it will be a masquerade violation, which the Camarilla don't like. There are 2 guards ahead. Use Thaumaturgy to incapacitate and then kill them. You have level 2 Thaumaturgy, known as Blood Purge. Scroll the mouse wheel to select Blood Purge, move nearer to the guards, and use the power key to activate. It's an area of effect. Both guards, being fairly close together, will become violently ill. Equip your tire iron and then kill them. So mouse wheeling over to Blood Purge.
Oh, yeah.
They will vomit. Yeah! Vomit up blood, pricks. And then you can just do it again. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. While I wail on your back. That's a really powerful ability. I haven't played Tremere. I've mostly played Malkavian, to be fair. But that seems like it's really, really good. Dominate. Dominate is a vampiric power to bend others to your will. Dominate is a targeted discipline. The effect and its length varies with each level. Use of Dominate is not a masquerade violation. I would not trick you with pronunciations. Thanks. But that itself could be a trick. There's a guard ahead. Use Dominate to incapacitate him. You have level 1 Dominate, known as Command. Scroll the mouse wheel to select Command, place the cursor over the guard, and use the power key to activate the discipline. The guard will be diverted. You can then walk past him. So basically, it's like a stun, which is actually really nice for stunning somebody and then feeding. Though you can't feed on vampires. That's diablerie, I think, which is frowned upon strongly. You can pick up and throw objects with the use icon. Okay. I am glad I played through this on my own, though, just so we could kind of blow through it. Damn it! Wow, that was some physics. He's like, man, that sure is a plate.
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood.
So what do we do?
They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it'll take down a human.
Thanks.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
Oh, if there's one thing I know about coming strapped, it's me. Wait. If there's one thing I know, it's about coming strapped. Damn it. Whatever. Useless against vampires.
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I hear you.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
Okay. Yes. So my aim's not going to be too great. F2 to switch to range weapon. Take that, bottle. Wow, my aim really is terrible. Oh, it's really making me do it. All right. I think I only have to shoot one. Jesus. Can I go forward now? Okay, good. Hey, rats. Wait, come here. I need some of my blood back. Need that blood back. Come on. So, yeah, basically blood both powers your abilities. Well, blood points on the right power your abilities. But also drinking blood gives you health back as well. So it gives both. It is a dual-purpose maneuver. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we go to the ground level. We'll stealthily shoot them in the face. Ahem. There we go. Thought I bugged out for a second. You can also do Blood Strike. Ow! Pop, pop, pop. Like that's the Blood Strike is like a range ability, and if it doesn't kill them, it actually gives you blood back. Look at that AI. See, he ducked around corner to go and reload. One free to homies, I guess. All right. I'm not gonna bother looking for other stuff because I don't think there's stuff to be found. I think he popped. There he is. Hey, Mr. Jack.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night.
That's it? It's all over?
Until the next night when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on and so on and so on.
I like Bugs Bunny cartoons as well. So this is normal?
Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabbat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
You're losing me here, Jack.
Oh, boy. Oh, I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but hell, you'll figure it all out.
I'm a genius. I will, but I would like to keep your gun. Sup, hey.
If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
How's the sound now, by the way? I'm going to turn around. Oh, wait. One last thing. I'll see you there. I think it just fades out here eventually. And then we get into the meat of the game. Woo! Hell yeah, I left my little mark. And he let me keep his gun. Sound seems fine. Okay, awesome. And we're going to watch the TV for a little bit here. And then I'll have the radio on too, because the news is kind of interesting.
Tonight, investigators say the scene closely mirrors those of slayings in Glendale and Long Beach. In both cases, the bodies of the victims were described as torn apart, though details are being withheld from the public at this time. Police urge anyone with information relating to this case to contact them. Actor Ash Rivers is lucky to be alive after his car crashed into the gate at Parasite Studios earlier tonight. Witnesses say that they were shocked when the Negative Zero star emerged unscathed and apparently unfazed by his high-speed accident. Rivers' agent released a statement stating that Rivers' crash was due to a mechanical problem and that the studio is not pursuing legal action against Rivers for the trademark gate's destruction. Miraculously, this is the second crash Rivers has escaped unharmed in the last year. Our top story tonight, a derelict ship found floating 10 miles off the Los Angeles coast earlier this morning was towed into the port of Los Angeles a few hours ago. The ship was spotted around midnight by fishermen who contacted the Coast Guard after their attempts to hail the ship proved futile. Coast Guard officials are releasing very little information right now, but have identified the vessel as the Elizabeth Dane. No word as of yet as to the whereabouts of the crew, though the Coast Guard are asking any ships that had contact with the Elizabeth Dane to assist them in their search. We'll have more on this story as it breaks. In other news,
Wisteria? Yes, I strongly recommend picking this game up. In no uncertain terms. Like if you can get past the old graphics, then absolutely. Yeah, definitely do it. Now, I would also suggest anybody who's going to pick this game up, definitely pick up at the very least, pick up the unofficial patch. Pick up the unofficial patch. It was fairly buggy when it came out. Oh, wow.
Say that they were shocked when the Negative Zero star emerged unscathed.
But we'll go ahead and turn this off because I think it just loops now. But yeah, it's great. You won't want the unofficial patch. It fixes a lot of problems the game had. I would, even if it's your first time, I would also consider doing the plus the plus patch, you'll actually get that option while you're doing the unofficial patch. Go ahead and do it. You're not really going to miss anything. I understand wanting to do a game the first time, like how it was intended, but I still would say go ahead and get that. All right, I'm going to turn on Deb of Night.
Hello, LA. You're up way
I love Deb.
time, aren't you? Hope you've slipped
It's going to be hard to hear her, so...
If you're new to town or just new to this whole radio thing, you're listening to The Deb at Night. The only girl who will spend the night with you and you first thing in the morning.
It's really hard to hear just because it's quiet in the background. So I'll just read the email. Mercurio will contact you when you arrive in Santa Monica. Waste no time in meeting with him. SL. LaCroix. Let's see, this is why LaCroix. LaCroix is the guy who basically had that one person executed and was telling us, oh, you know, I did you a favor by saving you. That's why whenever I see that stupid LaCroix water, that's who I think of. I always think of LaCroix. Chomp Stomp. I don't know if I'd say the graphics look as good. Keep in mind too, with the patch, it also did a upgrade to. I think it upgraded the textures as well. The base game doesn't look quite as good. But yes, his name is LaCroix. So with the first time the LaCroix water started to take off, I was like wondering why people were talking about the head vampire from Vampire Bloodlines. Also, thank you very much for the follow, Wistaria. And Mercurio was the guy that he said to make sure to meet up with. Email. Sunrise. Dang, it's big, you know. From Hung Low at TrojanBotnet.vtm. Penis enlargement. Watch the girls come running. Call today. 1-800-555-STICK. But I already see the girls running. That's not my problem. In fact, that is my problem. Kirkpatrick's Crime Pewter. Looking for that lazy-ass ex-husband who's late on his alimony payments? How about that jerk who knocked you up? Look no further. With Arthur Kilpatrick's amazing Crime Pewter, you can find almost anyone with a record. And these days, that's just about everyone. So come on down to Arthur Kilpatrick's bail bonds. If you've got that deadbeat, we've got the technology to find him. Read the next email. This is from Mercurio, the guy we're supposed to meet. Hey, welcome to town. Come on over to my place once you get situated, and we'll talk about what you'll need to get the job done. I'm going to pick up explosives right now, some astrolite. I should be back by the time you come over. I'm at 24 Main Street and number 4. Walk to the end of the alley, and my building is the next one on the right. Mercurio. And number 5, the opening. Subject, the opening from a friend. He doesn't even have an email address. It's magic. The game begins. A pawn is moved. Ah, damn trash mail. Let's see. All right, that's all we need.
Between friggin' chicken and the other leading chicken-flavored products. Let's listen for which one they preferred.
Ma'am, care to participate in a taste test?
We had to listen to this.
Try this leading brand of chicken.
Oh my gosh! Is that week-old fish?
Now, try this.
Oh, this is some good chicken. What is this?
Sir, take a test for me?
Sure. Seriously, job these up your
Here, try this one.
Hey. Motherfucking great chicken right there. What is this?
It's friggin' chicken.
This is cat, right? Are you feeding me cat?
Try this.
Holy fuck. That's good. What the fuck is this? 9 out of 10 people preferred friggin' chicken over the competition. Why?
'Cause that's some good fucking chicken. I mean, friggin' chicken.
Friggin' chicken, you'll swear it's the best you've ever had. You love the talking baby movie, and the talking pig, and even the talking car in that show. You know the one I'm talking about. But now prepare for the most hilarious talkingest normally mute object yet. He's Steve Cash, a New York banker and recent whittler down on his luck.
And 10 makes 100. Here's your money, ma'am.
Ma'am, I happen to have a glandular problem. That's it. I'm withdrawing all my millions from this bank.
Cash! She's an ATM machine with the soul of his dead wife.
There's something familiar about this ATM machine.
I love you.
Wow, those marketing guys are geniuses.
Together, they're learning to make the most of their special situation.
So that girl from accounting used me today.
Really?
She wasn't like everybody else. When she pushed my buttons, she was very gentle.
Oh, honey, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to make a deposit.
Jesus. All right. I wanted to hear more from Deb.
Say goodbye to yellow teeth and spots.
All right,
on dirty
fine.
dishes.
It's incredible.
Look at that shine.
All right.
Your smile or these
I always like to listen to the radio stuff, but let's see. Let's see what this lockpick. I don't know if I have enough lockpicking for this. Lockpicking skill of 5. I don't think I can get high enough for that. So, and just to kind of go over how these skills are calculated. So, lockpicking is 3. And again, when you highlight it on the left-hand side, it shows dexterity and security. All it's doing is adding those 2 things together. So I've got 2 dexterity, 1 security, so I have 3 lockpicking. So even with blood buff, actually with blood buff, I think I can get in there. Hold on, let's blood buff.
On the plate to be absorbed into your food to clean your teeth while you eat.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Detergent of the future for cleaner plates and
Yep.
whiter teeth. Last
Nice.
Credit candidate Michael Redmond's bought a sports utility vehicle. 3 months later,
Wait.
there were 2 separate incidences of hit and runs by an unidentified SUV in his area. Is Democratic candidate Michael Redmond's to blame? Can you afford to take that chance? Can your children? Vote Republican Senator Robert Thorne.
The political ads are pretty good too. Like, damn it! I also realized the subtitles for the radio are completely borked. Can I not? Oh, okay. I think I had that's for later. I think that I can actually play that message later on. Is there anything in here we can use? Damn it! Oh, wait a minute.
Democratic candidate Michael Redmond's recently sued Senator Robert Thorne for
Peepin', a voyeur's field guide. Awesome. What is this? You squint at the wiggly markings in the page, but you can't make out what they say. Despite this, something in the back of your mind is thinking they say illiterate dumbass. You need a research skill of at least 2 to use this item. So these books will give you skill points, but you have to have a research skill high enough to actually read them. Which apparently I don't, which is fine. I'm not too worried about it. If I get a bunch of books, then I might put a point into research. We do have 2 experience points, but there's not really anything I want to spend it on right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Ooh, Carnival of Death. Gruesome remains found on the pier. Police baffled. I wonder if that will come in handy later on. I didn't bother locking their door. Yeah, the GTA stations were always good. That's a really loud radio. Bet your neighbors really fucking hate that, which, I mean, given where they live, probably not really liking too much of anything, to be fair. I didn't see that book. Like, luckily the icon popped up, because I did not see it. Alright, that door doesn't have a handle, so probably not much we can do there. What room were we in? I think 508, right? I mean, it was flashing, I think. Yeah, 508.
That will leave you no choice but to see this film.
I'll kill the radio. Deb of Night is also like a character / voice that I associate with this game a lot. Nothing in there yet. Later on, I think we get some stuff. Yeah, these are really nice apartments they set me up with. They obviously have a very high opinion of the fledgling. LaCroix.
You got some change, mister?
You're not exactly what I wanted, but choosers can eat beggars. He's like, I don't understand what that means. I know there's nobody back here looking, so. Alright, see, he almost got our blood filled up. Not quite, though. Another amazing cutscene.